can't with this damn video.
I love that video. Welcome, folks. Welcome to another week of We Don't Know Either podcast. The podcast where we don't know either. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're talking about. And we don't even know what's going on in the news because I don't know.
I loved yesterday when I'm like, what are we talking about tomorrow? You're like, I don't remember. I'm like, neither do I.
Yeah, and I was like 3 minutes from falling asleep, and you're like, and you want to have a conversation. You want to have the conversation at the weirdest times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I
sleep all day. I work at night.
What corner?
You're just jealous. Oh, shut up, dude. Like when I sit here and I describe you to my friends, all I can say, I was like, he's wildly inappropriate. It pretty much touches everything.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I love just being shocking. That's all. You know, you never.
Sex trafficking survivor, what quarter she works on.
And you laughed. So shut the fuck up. So there we go. It works. It doesn't, it is what it is. Listen, it's jokes. We're here to have fun. I mean, it is what it is. Oh, I talked to my friend Gabby this morning because she's another one who texted at a weird hour about something, and I told her that
nighttime is a weird hour, morning is a weird hour. You don't answer in the afternoon. When are we supposed to get in touch with you?
Between 1:01 p.m. and 1:04 p.m.
I'm gonna set an alarm.
No, it's just a weird hour, like because
what time was it?
It was like 5:45. Like I was up, like, but she actually like has like motivation to do stuff. She's a she's the
Does she take medication, and should we take it too?
No, she's a pedo hunter. Who I spoke to her about having her on here, and she's like, hell yeah. She is she's a decoy. So she flies all around the world and she does that. So why?
I mean, it depends. If they work closely with the police, I don't have a problem. But the ones that just go around and do it on their own, those are the ones I hate.
No, she's got it's called the Wolf Project, and it's legit. She's a legit, like.
Do I know her?
I don't know. Do I know everybody you know? Do you know everybody I know? Probably.
Is she on TikTok?
Yeah, she's on TikTok. Yeah. She's shoot, it's the something Reaper 00.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but she's so jacked though. Like she can take every time she's just like this. I'm just like she just can just like choke me out, and I'd be like,
I have a feeling most women could.
Huh?
I have a feeling most women could.
You're not gonna. I'm not. I'm probably. I'm not gonna lie to you. Probably. Even a small little petite midget woman could. I think that's why my wife said yes, because she knew she could just choke me out if she needed to at any given time. What are you doing? Would you pay attention?
I'm asking Mitch to move Nymeria's phone because she has it on top of like the thing on my desk, and she keeps chewing my new desk.
You got a new desk?
Mm-hmm. And a new chair.
Yeah, I see that. You got a new chair. Didn't you fall asleep in that?
No. I would. It's so comfy.
What is that little tiny television you have above your head?
Okay, so I'm reconstructing my office before. This is where I homeschooled Owen, or where I homeschooled. So I have it so I can put the lesson up on the TV and he can see it because he pays more attention to a TV than a computer.
Can't you hide those?
I tried, but
the wires at least. I mean, it looks.
Well, that's because we have them like hung over the TV because when they were hanging down, Nymeria chewed on them.
Put them in the wall.
It's an apartment. I'm not going to put them in the wall. I had to pay for that.
This is true. I guess so. I guess you're right. But so yeah, we were going to talk about cults today.
Yeah.
I mean, since you were in one.
I was not in a fucking cult. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and the Mormons or whatever it was.
No, I
that was a
not
bad one.
Scientologist either. Is. It's still going.
That lady that killed her, what was it? Her husband, Janet Yellen or something like that? No, that's
Vallow.
Vallow. That lady was like one of those.
And that wasn't even the LDS. She left the LDS and went to the other guy that she married, and it was like a whole separate cult.
So she was involved in a bunch of different cults.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So people are just like to
nuts.
Me. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, you know, I'm a Trump supporter, and the reason I support him is because he's a cog, and you described me. I'm very inappropriate, so I like people who are very inappropriate. And to me, I like the fact that he just was pissing people off because he wasn't supposed to be there. You know, even though they were all friends with him and everything like that, they all told him to go into politics and everything like that, and then all of a sudden he got in, and they were like.
Run me through this, though. Do you believe that all elections are rigged?
No.
I don't think all of them are.
No. I think what happened was, do I think that there's a lot of people who are in there that should be in there that they want in there? Obviously. I think everybody who...
There's Trump supporters... And these are like the maggots, like the crazy ones.
Yeah.
That will tell you every single election is rigged. Okay, so then how did Trump get in? If it's rigged, then it was rigged for him to win.
Yeah. Well, I understand it, but I mean, so what I think what they're
I still don't trust the guy. Every time he opens his mouth, I trust him less and less.
But I mean, look what just happened. He said that the FBI was spying on him, and then the FBI turned out the FBI was spying on him. You know, a lot of the things he says.
The FBI is spying on me. They're spying on you. They're spying on all Americans.
I know, but the thing was that he stated that the Clinton campaign was funding the FBI basically
which we knew,
but no, okay. Don't say we knew, because certain people knew and certain people were just turned a blind eye to it. They praised what's his face? Robert Mueller. Joe Scarborough had a Robert Mueller what'd you say? Tony Fauci?
No, Kobe. James Kobe.
Yeah. Oh, James Kobe. That was it. They had a shrine to him, just like they had a shrine to Anthony Fauci. It's weird. People are weird. So,
and Trump's getting indicted next week.
But once again, you can indict a ham sandwich. That's the whole thing. Like they've always said, you can indict anybody. But if you look at what he's being indicted for,
you can't actually indict a ham sandwich.
Yes, you can. I've done it. They told me there was mayo on it, and there wasn't mayo. It was special sauce. But
did you put it on trial in your kitchen?
Are you talking to me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely did.
I can picture you.
Definitely did. I used the jurors were soy sauce, hot sauce, and hot mustard, and I threw some molasses in there just for good measure.
Oh my god, molasses! Did you see that fucking TikTok where it said if you're out of brown sugar, just add molasses to your white sugar?
Yeah.
It's like, who the fuck has molasses in their cabinet?
Bakers. a lot of people have molasses. I know that, but I didn't know you could use baking soda or baking powder to cook.
What did you think it was for?
The back of the fridge to make your fridge not smell. I don't know. My mom never used it. My mom never used it. I had no idea. I just knew it was in the back of the fridge, and I don't know which one. I didn't know which one. It was baking powder. Yeah,
soda.
Whatever. Yeah, I didn't know that's what you used it for. And then I don't know if I saw people cleaning with it. I have no idea.
What do you do with cucumbers?
I've seen a couple videos. I've seen people make them disappear, but that's about it.
I dare you to go to Walmart, get a cucumber, condoms, and lube, and videotape the whole thing and get the face of the cashier. I dare you.
Okay. I don't even know where the condoms are anymore.
I know. They move shit around so much.
I mean, listen, I think they got, but everything I think is now, whatchamacallit, plexiglassed in. I went to a CVS the other day, and like everything was plexiglass, and I was like, what the fuck? Where do I live? Like they've got
where people steal a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, but yeah, cucumbers. I know people make cucumber salad and whatnot with it, but they put it in their salad. I don't even know. I don't like cucumbers, but I like pickles.
Too flimsy.
The pickle?
All right, so let's try to actually stay on a topic today.
We're on cult. What is this dude banging another?
What
dude,
the fuck are you watching?
I don't. I'm on Twitter now. Twitter has gone back to the old days of where they just let whatever they.
It is getting okay. Like, I don't care that they have the graphic videos, but like I told you, I've seen snuff films, and these videos are making me nauseous. At least put a fucking warning on it.
Well, I mean,
my Teams app is going crazy and keeps fucking opening.
Why?
I don't know.
I'm not a fan of Teams.
It was like good for business, but that's the thing is like, if I want to watch a video or I want to see the picture, like put a graphic warning on it so I can choose to click it or not.
This is true. I mean, this needs a graphic warning on it itself.
Maybe we shouldn't play it so we don't keep getting our videos taken down.
Yeah, sexually, I can probably have whatever the fucking guy I want to.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
That, I'm sorry. If you want to call anything a them or they, that's a them or they, because that's multiple people right there.
Oh my God, David.
That is multiple. That is
so bad.
What? I mean, I'm just saying.
You're fat phobic.
I'm not fat phobic.
And it's not like you're skinny either.
I'm not. And it's not like I didn't have surgery to get this non-skinny body either.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah. I had the gastric sleeve.
No shit.
I was 350 pounds. I was a monster.
Got a picture?
But, it's on my Instagram, I think. I'll find it. But listen, listen, I'm not fat phobic. I don't fear fat people because, listen, some people can't help it. Some people, if you are sitting there, and I'm getting chubby again because I'm just sitting here eating garbage and not going and working out anymore because, I found my wife, so I don't need to work out, whatever it is, But like,
God, I really want to send your wife like $1 million.
Please? I mean, it'd be great. But
I feel bad
yeah,
for her.
I feel bad for her. I keep asking her, "Are you sure you still want to say yes? Like, isn't there a time frame we can get this? Like, you can just go and not have to be tortured for this for the rest of your life?" She's like, "No, Mo, I'm not going." Okay, it's your funeral.
Well, that's
pal,
like
not-
Mitch one time called me a condescending cunt. And I'm like, you knew that when you married me. You don't get to bitch about it now.
Listen, there's not a day that goes by that my wife doesn't go, "Really, babe?" And I go,
Mhm.
"Yeah." Like that. So the other day, she was putting on work shirts because they got her new work shirts, and they were 3 different colors. So it was blue, black, and red. And she goes, "The blue one's like a lot stretchier than the other 2." She's like, how come the material feels so different?" And I go, "It's maybe the color." And she goes,
You're a
"What?"
dick.
I go, "Yeah, maybe the different color, it changes, the fabric." And she
Well,
goes,
no, this is what they do to us women. Okay. Like I buy these like 4-packs of shorts on Amazon, like pajama shorts, and legit one of them will be too small. All the other ones fit perfect, but one will be too small. You can go to a store and pick up 5 different brands of jeans, all the same size,
Yeah.
and none of them will fit the same.
"Nope."
You don't have that
I'm-
problem with men's clothes.
Yes,
Mm-mm.
go fuck yourself. Listen, this
I already did.
I'm swimming in this, and this is a 2X, right? I put on an XL. Some shirts it works. Some shirts it just looks like it's an extra pair of skin.
Well, you
It
buy in
just
the women's department. That's your problem.
listen. Women have some comfortable stuff, and they have now. Now they have an. If I shop in the kids aisle, now I can find something where I can tuck and bind. Apparently, if I go to Target.
I don't have a problem with that. That
What?
thing's pissing me off. That people
What?
are getting okay. So a lot of the people that are anti-trans, don't want. They always said
They're not anti-trans.
yes, they are. Let me
They're
talk.
anti-kids.
Yes. Okay. Anti-kids trans. Their problem was the gender affirming care and the surgeries. Here you have something made for a kid not having all that stuff done, and you still have a problem.
But babies and children, it's not
They're not
then it's not,
baby size.
then it's yes it is. It's
not the
babies.
tough ones.
Yes it is. It's toddler size.
Not
It's
the
the
ones
toddler
I saw
ones.
all over the place. I saw Alex Stein wearing it in the middle of a Target.
I did. That was funny.
That was great.
That guy's funny. But no, listen. It's kids are listen, if you want to be a boy and put a dress on, whatever. If you watch Big Daddy, his kid wore some outlandish shit, and if you were my daughter back, and she was a youngin, and I was kind of dressing her myself, it was probably like cowboy boots and a skirt with a flannel shirt and a nerd hat. I don't know, and a dunce cap. It would whatever she wanted to wear, I let her wear it. It didn't matter to me. So if you want to let your kid whatever, just know though, kids are dicks, and probably somebody's gonna tease them about it. Okay, so if a boy's in a dress, and then you can't.
Okay,
but here's the thing: you can't have that kid's parents come in and like discipline the kid because the kid's a dick and the kid said something. You can't.
So you don't want to discipline the bully.
He's not a bully. He's just a child.
So a child making fun of another child should not be disciplined.
I think the parent should talk to the kid and go, "Hey, that's not a right thing to do. You shouldn't do that." But you've got people. Here's the thing. I get that, but you have teachers wanting to suspend kids for kind of being kids. Like, I don't know. Like,
Well, see,
listen.
This is how I explained it to Mitch. We had this exact conversation earlier, and I totally didn't get my nap today because of it. So if a kid is being forced to be trans, which happens. I mean, I don't know how frequently. I don't think they have any studies to even show it. That kid is being abused. So if another kid is bullying that child, they're bullying that child's abuse. So how do we fix that? So say like that's why I think like we have to like not make it acceptable so much, but it has to be a conversation. Like my son knows what trans people are. I mean, he was so upset because he saw furries.
Your son is smarter than you are.
Well,
So saying
be
your
that as
son
it
doesn't.
may. But no, listen, like he saw a video of furries eating chocolate and was so upset because he thought they were going to die because you can't give chocolate to dogs. And they were dressed up as dogs. Like he's so sweet and innocent. And who thinks of that? And he made me tell his sisters to tell all their furry friends not to eat chocolate because they're going to die. This was a couple years ago. But why can't we have, like, I think we need, what? It was sweet. Like, are you making fun of my kid right now?
No, that is a sentence I never thought I'd hear my entire life. I told my child told my other child to tell her furry friends not to eat chocolate because they might die, is a sentence I never thought I would have to hear in my entire life.
He did, though. But he cares about people.
I know, and your kid is a sweetheart, but the sentence was a little out there.
Oh God!
And I get the sentiment. I get the sentiment, which is the sweetest sentiment in the world.
Mm.
But
I mean, I feel like it's conversations that we need to have with our kids. Because, like, there was a girl that spent the weekend with us. And she brought her daughter, and she told her daughter autism is like having the flu, but in your head. Which
I thought her daughter's name was Autism.
my son has autism.
I know, but you said she told her daughter autism, and I'm like,
okay.
Now we're just naming kids after diseases.
Okay.
You got to put a comma in there at least.
Okay. She told her daughter, autism is like the flu, but in your head. So her daughter thought it was something that needed to be fixed. So she thought she was doing a good thing. I mean, they were 6 at the time. So she thought she was doing a good thing, telling my son, oh, you don't do this, you don't do that, thinking he's sick. He has some kind of illness. And ended up bullying my son, and it was absolutely devastating. I mean, I don't want to get into all the details of what happened, but we had to take him to therapy, like a whole bunch of stuff. But it's like, so what was the solution to that? Teaching her what autism really is, so she doesn't accidentally bully someone. I think it's kind of the same concept.
Or teaching the parent what autism really is.
Well, yeah.
Kind of having a conversation of, what to expect when, because a lot of people don't study things because there's a lot. Like when you talk to people and you go on lives and stuff like that, and you got people or you're having a conversation and people are just throwing things at you and like, check this. Like, that's the thing is people have to learn to break things down simply. Like, I mean, it was a good try that she said it was like having a flu in his head, and I thought she was going to give like your son a Benadryl or something.
A good try at all because it's not a mental illness.
But she doesn't know. She didn't know. But that's what I mean.
And
like
I understood that, and that's why I wasn't mad. I mean, I wanted to kick her ass for many other reasons, but we'll get into that another day. But that's what I'm saying is like, there are going to be kids that are going to come out as trans, as non-binary, whether or not it's because it's being pushed on them by their parents. Our kids are still going to come in contact with them. So we have to tell our kids that they exist. We don't have to agree with it. We don't have to like it. But I don't want my kid bullying a boy because he's wearing a dress. I don't want him to be that kid.
But that's why, like, that's why it's such a catch-22 with this
It
whole
is.
thing. It really is a catch-22 because you don't know if the parent is pushing it on the kids. You know,
Yeah.
and a lot of parents, especially nowadays, like when we were growing up, it was like beauty pageants. All girls were in beauty pageants, and you know, and
Where
we
the
kind of
fuck
like
did you grow up?
New Jersey. What the fuck?
Okay.
You didn't watch Toddlers and Tiaras?
No, I don't
Oh,
watch
boy.
shows that exploit children.
Anyway, I didn't watch it, but I heard
I bet
about
you
it.
didn't.
I know I didn't. I've seen clips about it, and I used to listen to Opie and Anthony, and they would talk about it. But yeah, like shows like kids being exploited is not cool. I don't care like how it is, but kids being exploited. So like you don't know which kid is being forced to wear it, which kid is not being forced to wear it.
Exactly.
You know, but here's the thing. We teach our kids, hey, there's people who are different. Kind of, I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said,
But yeah, I
you
hate
could
saying
tell your
there's
kid
people that
you
are
could-
different. I hate
Yeah,
that
I mean,
too.
what?
Because then it means that there's normal people and they're not normal.
No.
know.
See, that's the difference. Where I say people are different, it's like you're different than I am. Like, you know, we're two different people. And so if you just teach them that everybody is different and not everybody's the same, not everybody likes the same thing, not everybody. Listen, I grew up, I like Power Rangers. Was it the cool thing? No.
Which
I
one
talked
was
to
your
one,
favorite?
huh?
Which one was your favorite?
Tommy, who passed away.
Mm.
Jason David Frank. He was my favorite.
I'm so
but I
sorry
also
for
like,
your loss.
I know, right? Rest in
And
peace.
by the way, fuck you for making fun of Tina Turner. I was like, why the fuck is he doing this? I didn't even know she died. And then I go over to trending and I'm like, what a dick. No boundaries at all.
I mean,
Like, you were not properly house trained as a child.
I wasn't.
But
I
see,
was.
and so, like everything that you're saying, it kind of does. God, I hate you on a very big level. But everything that you're saying, though, it goes along with cults because, like the FLDS and Scientology, like they're all forced to act a certain way, to dress a certain way, especially the FLDS. They wear prairie dresses. Is it the kids' fault though? Like, and like I've seen people make fun of them if they saw them out in public or if they saw pictures, and it's like that person is so emotionally damaged and is suffering trauma all day, every day, and you're making fun of them because of what they're wearing.
But what do you mean, like the Amish people, kind of like?
Well, I'm
Or the
talking about
Mennonites?
no, Mennonites dress like English. They dress like us.
Yeah.
The Amish dress differently. I was talking about the FLDS, the ones that wear like the prairie dresses.
Let me see. I gotta look that up because I think I know what you're talking about. Because I think they're here. Or Trish said they were Mennonites because they dressed with the little bonnet and thing like that.
Yeah, Mennonites wear bonnets, Amish wear bonnets, but the FLDS, they dress like what's the name? Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's like nobody knows what anyone's going through. I hate bullying. I hate it.
But I mean, so like, I hate it too because I was bullied as a kid, you know, and
Okay.
I don't. That's why I'm
Love
just
you.
mean. Love you too.
I was
But
bullied too, so. Well, that's what I said to my
It's a
husband.
lot more
though.
than bullying. It was a lot more than bullying, but I get it. But and that's why I say it's a catch-22. Is like kids are just finding themselves, you know. So it's not. So they don't know. Kids have no filter. Like I was, you know, 300 something pounds, and I had someone, like a little kid was just like, why are you so fat? And I'm like, listen, little shit, stop being so fat phobic, you know? Your mom was fat too. When she had you, it was your fault, you little fucker. But you know why your mom's feet are so weird looking? Is because you made them weird looking while you were inside of her, you dick.
You probably
Anyway.
did say this to the kid too.
Anyway, but so like kids are like little dicks and little
They are.
assholes, and so they're gonna just say things that come. I mean, there was a whole show called "Kids Say the Darndest Things," and
Oh God,
So-
I forgot about that.
yeah. So like, they don't know and they're just trying to find themselves. So, as they get older, it's kind of it's bullying, but then you're supposed to learn not to bully. Like there's a lot of people. I mean, even I bullied in high school that, after high school was just like, yo, man, I'm sorry. We were kids. What was I supposed to do? Like I didn't know. I got bullied, so I bullied someone who I thought I could bully,
I had to stay home from high school for like a week because some kid had a hit list and I was on it. I didn't even know him. I couldn't even tell you what his name is because I didn't even, that's how much I did not know this kid, but I was on his hit list.
Well,
I was like number 2.
My daughter like didn't really go to the school the last 2 years. Well, because of one COVID. But from like 8th grade, yeah, pretty much 8th grade on, I believe it was, like she rarely went to school because she was bullied, because my daughter was different and, but like,
and she was related to you.
yeah, she was my kid. She's definitely that's one I was just like, nope, don't need a DNA test with that one, but yeah, so she was bullied too. She was called fat. My daughter, I don't even think my daughter has broken 130 pounds. And she was called fat by some girl, and I kept telling her, listen, dude, punch her in the face.
Yep.
I said to her, I go, listen, if don't ever start a fight, but finish it. And if somebody's picking on you or saying some stuff, then do what you got to do, handle it. I mean, it did backfire one day when some kid, when she was in 2nd grade, cut her in the food line and she punched him in his stomach. And I was like, listen.
My daughter, she got suspended from preschool because a kid took a G.I. Joe from her and she punched him in the face and broke his nose at like 3 years old.
It is what it is. That's what you got to do. You got to teach your daughters to be, fuck around and find out. Yeah, but yeah, man, it like I said, it's a catch-22, especially with kids, because parents are dicks too. We don't have a manual. I mean, look at all the stuff you went through as a kid. Like you want to try to not do that to your kid and not do anything, to mess them up and try to raise them as best as you can. And then she turns 13 and you buy her a cell phone. She goes, this is not the fucking cell phone I want. You guys are the fucking worst. And you're like, do you understand at 13, I was fucking handcuffed to a fucking radiator?
That's not what happened at all.
I'm just saying.
Do not scratch my chair.
But like these kids are just like, you're like, look at what I did.
For
like
the record, I do not say anything of the sort to my children. I do not tell my kids, oh no, you can't have a phone because at your age, mommy was being sold for sex. I just want to throw that out there. That's not what happened.
I didn't say that. I didn't say you wouldn't buy your kids. I didn't say you wouldn't buy your kids a phone. I'm just saying the color of the phone was wrong and the kid got mad at you.
Okay, but I have 2 autistic kids, so colors matter in my life, unfortunately.
Listen, I get it. You're not racist. You like all colors. We get it. But I'm just saying, like, you try not to mess up but your kids sometimes are just like, aggravate the shit out of you. And they're like, you're a terrible person and blah, blah, blah. Like my kid was telling me I'm a terrible person because of all this stuff, and well, you know, she was right, but some of the things that she said was totally off base and totally wrong. Some things that never happened, and her mom
He
was like,
probably complimenting you, and you just got confused.
No, and her mom was like, "Well, that's her truth," and I'm like, "It's not the fucking truth. Like, why would you, you know, it's not the truth just because it happened in her mind, or because you know things that you implanted in her head. It never happened. I mean, so I'm not gonna.
That's abuse. That parental alienation is psychological abuse.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. It got to a point where my daughter couldn't even stay with me because she was so freaked out. Like her mom would call every like couple hours. Her stepdad would call every couple. Like, yo, she's at my house.
God,
like, what the?
Parents are the worst.
Yeah, I
Like,
get it.
Like, how the fuck do I divorce my daughter's stepmother? Like, she used to be my best friend when I was like dating my ex-husband. Like, how do I get her out of my life? I haven't talked to him in 8 years. How do I get rid of her? Yeah, how do I divorce her, dude? All she does is talk shit about me to my kids. That's all she does.
So she's married to your friend is now married to your ex-husband.
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
That's not that weird. Where I grew up, everyone like there wasn't a very wide selection of dateable people, but
you know that the United States has 330 million people and women outnumber men by 7 million. You can get out of your bubble and find somebody else. You know, I did.
Oh, I did too. And I'm glad she took him off of my hands. But the woman won't keep my name out of her mouth when she's talking to my kids. Even my kids are like, you would think you and her were married. I'm like, you know.
Once again, that's what I mean. Mm-hmm. People are shitty. Nobody tells you how to be a parent. Nobody gives you a book. There's no right way to be a parent.
There are a ton of books. Go to a Barnes and Noble. There's a ton of parenting books.
There's a ton of books that tell you astrology too, and half the shit is wrong. So just because there's a book on parenting doesn't mean it's correct.
Are you still sad that Pluto is no longer a planet?
Yes. I'm very awestruck by that and saddened because he was my favorite Disney character. And the fact that they had to execute him because there's no longer a planet named Pluto, it saddens me. What are you
talking about?
You said there's no longer Pluto.
Pluto's not a planet. It's like a star or something. I don't know.
I thought it was a dog in Disney.
No, the planet Pluto, asshole.
Oh, I thought you were talking about they got rid of Pluto the dog.
No.
I was like, I thought they just took him out back like Old Yeller, and the poor guy was just gone. Yeah.
You were talking about astrology. I mentioned a planet.
Yeah, but it's the name of the dog.
How did you not connect the dots?
Because Pluto's a dog.
And a planet.
But I didn't. I thought you were talking. I don't know.
I said, are you still sad that Pluto is no longer a planet? And you're talking about a dog.
I don't know. I don't know.
And confident too.
But anyway, so like I was saying, there's books on a lot of stuff. Just because all parenting books are different, but there's no real way to they give you suggestions. They don't tell you how to. There's no manual on how if your kid has if your kid has autism, make a left. It's not like that. It's they give you suggestions on how to be a parent. And nowadays, kids are fucking even more dicks because now they have cell phones and everything like that. And you're like, listen, we can't go out to eat. We don't have any money. Those motherfuckers will go into your bank account and be like, why does it say we have $1,000 in there? How'd you get in my bank account? why don't you answer my question first? You always tell me to answer your question first. So why don't you? Well, how do we have $1,000 in there? And you tell me we don't have enough for McDonald's.
That's like yesterday. So Mitch went out and Owen was tracking him on the Find My iPhone app. And I'm like, I texted Mitch. I'm like, is he expecting something? Because he's tracking you. And he's like, shit, I was supposed to get him candy. Thanks for reminding me.
The Code, both Trish and Code do that to me because, like, I don't like to be questioned, right? Because I like to do things and
Stop
you know.
chewing on wires. Sorry. She chews on electrical wires.
Stop yelling at Mitch like that. He just likes to be by you. But yeah, I hate to be not like I don't like to be questioned, and I've gotten kind of used to it now. But at first, it used to anger. Well, I was also drunk, but it angered the piss out of me because I was just like, well, you don't trust me. But yeah, Code will be like, hey, can we get can I get this game? And it's like, no, we can't afford it. But I have money in my account. Why can't I use the money in my account? Because that's for savings, Code. That's not for you to spend. But I don't have enough money in there to buy anything like a car or anything like that. But so can I get like let me just get the game. Code. It's not well, how much is in my account? I don't Code, I'm not telling you.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like and then he'll just get like pissy about it. Like, dude, like
Oh, Owen does the I'm like, what? I just wish that it was the 31st. Why do you wish it was the 31st? Because it's a Wednesday, which is payday. We got paid yesterday. We have money for Robux if you want some. Oh, okay. And I'm like, like he's just, I don't know what to do. Oh, I'm like, you're so fucking dramatic. Just buy some fucking Robux and leave me alone.
well, I love the kid, man. I really do. It's somehow genetically we have no connection, but somehow genetically we have a connection because that kid is just like me. He's just like me. So he'll go like even down to every time we walk into a room or something, we both bump something, and he'll come up and he'll like be like, my knee, and I'm like, Code, stop being so dramatic. And then I'll go into the room and I'll do something and I go, oh, my knee, and Trish is just like, yep, the same. But yeah, he'll be like, hey, Dad, check this out. This is cool, right? This is cool, right? And I'm like, Code, you're not getting any money from it. Get a job. You're not getting any money for Fortnite. You're not, but Dad, no, it's not for me. It's for you. I think this is really cool. You should get it. Oh, all right. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, no problem. 20 minutes later. Code, do you want the skin? Oh, sure. I mean, if you want to get it for me, I mean, I'll just put it in my Cash App. That's fine. Because he knows I'll do it. I'm a sucker. I am a sucker because no matter how like I'm like get mad, and then like later on like, hey, here, take it, whatever, you know. But like I said, there's no book that tells you how to be a parent. Like you can either just not do it and just be a total dick about it, or just do it and be a total pushover. So. And you never know which way the kid's going to go. Later on in life, you know, he could then turn up to be this like millionaire that ends up like doing some great things because you gave him everything they want, or they can turn into a drug addict who lives on the street even though they've gotten everything they wanted, or they can, you know, they can have a shitty past and everything like that and turn out to be really good. Like my wife came from two parents who are addicts. Her brother became kind of an addict to alcohol.
How are you kind of an addict? You're either an addict or you're not.
Okay. If they watch this, I don't want them to just call me a total dick, okay? So kind of.
The only reason they're going to say that.
Anyway, and my wife is, you know, her brother loves his alcohol, and she stays away from it because she saw what it did to her parents. So you have two kids who turned out totally different. One went into that and one didn't. So like, but like I said, like how you, so coming back to that, the whole thing, like if you want to let your kid wear a dress, let your kid wear a dress, but just also let your kid know that there's people that are not going to understand it. And if you have a kid that doesn't understand it, you should be able to have that kid come to you and say, hey, this kid wore a dress today. Like, that's weird.
That's exactly what I said in different words. I said we have to have these conversations with our kids to let them know that these people exist, because at the end of the day, we want to protect kids. And we can't keep our kids away from it because they're going to get in contact with it.
Listen, how much did I learned the birds and the bees from a magazine I found in the woods, okay? So my parents never really had to talk with me. My dad was just like, hey, you know what to do, right? And I'm like, yeah, Dad, I know. He's like, okay, I don't have to. I was like, yeah, that's it. But I still
mine ever had the talk with me. I mean, kind of when I was like 24, 25.
They needed to have that talk with you?
Mm-mm.
That's the weird part. My brain just froze.
It was more about the conversation was about satisfying yourself. And I asked my mother about it, and she said she was going to get me a book. And then there were things I learned about the female body in the book that I was amazed by. And then she took
this could actually be fun.
And then and then she took my book away.
See, books aren't always great. Your mom's like, this is not gonna be happy for you.
I was like, it moves when you touch it. And she's like, give me the book. I'm like, okay.
I was a snoopy little fuck, and I found a book in my I found a book in my parents' dresser drawer one time. I thank God I never found anything else. It was just this one book, and I used to look at it, and it was a book of positions, and like No, it wasn't the comics. It was some old ass 80s book of
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was some kind of old ass book, and I was I was a kid. I was like, oh, boobies, So I kind of learned like that too, but and books aren't real.
What do you mean they're not real?
Like you see,
they don't exist. You can't touch them. They're like ghosts.
They're not. Like you read a book, and you read all these positions and things to do, and you say you're 17, hypothetically, and you've seen this book a bunch, and you go and you say, let's try this out. And your girlfriend and you are in a car and you try it, and
okay, but what?
And you don't.
What book gives you positions on positions for a fucking car?
I don't know. It just I read a book. It said
Chris is here.
Oh, hi, Chris. Welcome to Buhika Friday. Buhika. But it doesn't say to do it it doesn't tell you to do it on a bed. It just says do this position. So you just try the position, and
all right. Let's just get down to it. What position did you attempt in a car at 17?
It was the over the head with the leg this way and her body that way. And let me tell you, it doesn't really work in a Hyundai accent in the back seat for your first time. Does it work?
It was your first time?
Yeah. So like I said, books aren't real.
Over here it comes.
Yeah, well.
Books are, it is real. You were just a fucking idiot. Oh my God.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah.
So tell me about this guy on TikTok.
Oh, this guy on TikTok. All right. So when the reason why I say when we wanted to talk about cults is like, so there's this guy on TikTok. He goes by the name of Irish, right? And I don't know this dude from Adam. I've just been in some lives. I've seen him in lives, and he's a leftist. I don't want to call him liberal because he's just out there, right? And I've seen him in a couple things. Yeah, and so this other guy, Shane, that I'm friends with. I mean, I don't know him either, but we're mutuals. We've spoken a few times.
I'm friends with him, but I don't know him. Okay.
And Shane is he's not a radical. He's a center leftist, I would say. And Shane's got some balls. I'll tell you that. Like, Shane dresses up in clown makeup and goes to abortion clinics and will troll the Christians that are there and the Catholics that are there, like, protesting. And Shane will just be like, yeah, no, that's just cool. No, we're good. Yeah, no abortions. Yeah, no abortions. We should only let immigrants in and let them all have sex with our wives. And he just trolls them. And listen, and Shane knows that we're both on the opposite, but funny's funny. The dude is funny. So, like, they were in a live together, and this dude Irish and I caught it in the middle of it, and he was just like, yeah, Shane, what do you think about it? And Shane was just like, listen, I don't know this dude, but I've spoken to him a couple times. I don't think he's like this. And dude, you would have thought Shane said, hey, I put my finger in your daughter, because this guy just went off. You're a rape apologist. You're a sexualist. Dude, he went crazy on this dude.
Irish guy? Yeah,
went off on Shane. And he's like, you're just a white supremacist. And mind you, Shane's a liberal, like the classic liberal. Like, he's just like I just said.
Well, he does.
And Shane was
face makeup. If he's
yeah. But like, he went off. And so, and Shane was just like, dude, I'm not vouching for the dude. I'm just saying that, and this dude's just going off on him. Just, you're a rape apologist. You're a white supremacist. And Shane's like, dude, you asked me for my opinion. Like, what are we doing here? So
that's like that Andy guy. Like, as soon as I get in the box, hi, beautiful mistake. Why do you want to murder your baby? I'm like, actually, I'm pro-life, and I just wanted to give some insight. And I was like, I got to the point where I was screaming at him. People in the comments were like, oh my God, two pro-lifers fighting. I'm like, this man is not pro-life. He is pro-controlling women. But it's a problem. Like, there were women in this live with him advocating to repeal the 19th Amendment.
And they were young. And they were, because I've been in some of his lives. They're young girls, too.
They're always young girls. They're always young girls in these debates.
So, which is like really weird. Like, so with this Irish dude, like, Shane was having a live, and he brought Irish up, and he just kept just dogging Shane. And then in the live, you just saw all these comments like, daddy Irish is this, you went off on this girl, and you're a grape apologist, and this and that. And it was like, Shane's just like, I had nothing to do with this. Like, you asked me my opinion on this guy. So like, last night I was in it, and he brought the girl up that was in his live, and she's like 20. She's like 20 years old. And Shane was just like, why do you hang around with this dude? Like, it's it's kind of creepy that this 40 or 50 something year old man who never shows his face, and why do you like him? Why do you hang out with this dude on these lives? And she's like, well, he fights for women's equality. And in the back of my head, I'm going, I don't. He's a 40, almost 50 something year old man. And all he has is these young girls and these young dudes in his lives and he's just like, so it's kind of like this cultist mentality of this guy can do no wrong no matter what. And it's like, dude, you're like,
and you see that all over TikTok. I mean, every live, it's like the pro-lifers, well, in air quotes, they're not pro-lifers. They're not even pro-abortion. They're pro-controlling women. It's always the same people in the boxes. They're always the same. Like Andy's always in the box and there's always someone else. And it's like they booted me because I actually made sense. And I even said that. I'm like, I actually was getting through to these other girls that were in here. They understood what I was saying. And he's like, oh, that's because they didn't comprehend what you were saying. I'm like, how the fuck do you know that? But it's like, you see it everywhere. Like I left TikTok for a little while because I had to take a step back and realize like, holy fuck, I was in a cult and I didn't even know it because of this one woman. And I'm not going to say her name, but she's a cult leader. Like you can't disagree with her or everyone attacks you. They attacked my account. They attacked my podcast. They attacked me every which way, doxed me. Like, it's like, what is happening? Like the one guy, the two guys from Britain, he made a joke and said, hey, Americans, I'm coming to America to steal your women because, we die over British accents. He got doxxed for making a fucking joke.
Oh, I know. I love that dude. Josh or something like that.
Yeah. And did you see
I
his
love
videos about how
that.
America's the best country I've ever been to?
Yeah.
And people were hating on him. And it's like, that's what happens all over TikTok. It's if they don't like you, they will dox you. They will go after your children. They will dox your children. But don't you dare do it to them because then you're the bad guy.
Yeah. Well, they did it to Shane. They doxed him. They put his name and number and all this stuff out, and he was pissed. He does a lot of stuff for a lot of people. And he was saying it last night. I just happened to stumble on a live with him, and he was in a live with a couple of Down syndrome people, and he was just like, what are you making for dinner? What are you doing with this? What are you doing that? Like he was like engaging with them, and it turned out like he has a sister with Down syndrome, so he knows, and she makes his life like full.
Yeah.
And I get it because I had a cousin like that who was my best friend, and they're just so loving, and they want the best, and you want the best for them. But this dude does a lot of stuff, and he said last night, he's trying to do a dish. I'm going to try that with me. Anyone who doxes another person. Yeah, they're cowards. But he does a lot, and he has a lot going. He's trying to get people with Down syndrome to be in NASA. He's trying to get a program together. So that way they can have, like a little bit of some representation in NASA. Yeah. So this is what this guy does. And some dickhead on the internet is going around making these allegations where these people, these young kids are now doxing this dude who's on their side. And all he said was, I don't know this dude, but I think he's a good guy. I don't think, he would do that or say that, but I don't know. And they just dogged this dude. They just he's got weaponry and he's been shot. Apparently, I didn't know this, but but it's such a cult mentality. Mm-hmm. And it's such a weird thing to me. Like, hey, man, if I'm gonna agree with you, we can have conversations. But if you're gonna try to get me to be like, oh, you gotta be on this side, like, now
No.
I'm my own person. I don't need, this is an app. I don't need this app. It's entertaining as fuck.
Well,
Don't get
and
me wrong.
And that's the other thing. So, among the conservative creators, I mean, I think anyone that knows Kit Kat and Paris know that they're separate groups and they hate each other. But it's like, I have a friend who was friends with Paris, and I can't remember what I said to her. I'm like, I don't even see this kind of stuff on TikTok. Oh, well, you're on Kit Kat's side of TikTok. I'm like, okay, but there's not just Kit Kat's TikTok and Paris's TikTok. There's this whole big, huge world. Like, I mean, I've got cowboys, I've got cops, I've got animals, I've got weird shit.
I thought you said something besides cops. I got cowboys, I got cocks, you know. It's just like, wait, you're on a weird side of TikTok.
Oh, have you ever been stuck on midget porn TikTok? It's a very weird place. I'll send you videos. But
No,
I mean,
please don't. No, please don't. I've seen midgets like shaking their ass and stuff like that, but
we're not going to get into that again. But I mean, it's like they think that they own TikTok. Like the ban is because they are finding out good information and the government doesn't want that. I literally saw a woman pissed off that her viral video that had less than 30,000 views on it. Why isn't the news talking to me about how I feel about the TikTok ban? Because you're a fucking nobody. You have like 22,000 views on your video and you have about 4,000 followers.
Yeah.
You got a heat button pushed on you. Nobody cares about your opinion about the TikTok ban. It's just like TikTok has just created this entire world of fucking narcissists. Like they're
ego.
all fucking narcissists.
Yeah, and they think that they're
the whole world revolves around them. And it's like, I can't be friends like with the whole Paris and Kit Kat thing. Like, I couldn't be friends with one person from the other side because this side hated me. I'm like, you know what? I just fucking hate all of you. Like, you're all a bunch of crybabies. Get a damn job.
Well, that's the thing. Another thing is that a lot of people are on there to make money. And that's their job, is TikTok. And it's like, that's really, like, you're sitting there looking at the camera. Like, I've seen girls just sit there, look at cameras and be like, thank you. Like, of course they've got like tit hanging out. But like, thank you. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Oh, thank you, Bradley. And that's all they do. That's all they do. Like, at least the ASMR artists are like, pickles. Sausage.
But see, and that honestly, like when the whole heat button came out where TikTok employees could make a video go viral with the push of a button, that's what they wanted. Because people thought, okay, I've got one viral video. I got a bunch of followers from it. I have zero content about anything else. Nobody gives a damn about what I'm saying, but I got that viral video. I'm important.
But not only that, you could pay for it now. You could pay for followers. So if you got Thanos or whatever or banned, you could pay to have 1,000 followers again and then go live again and then build whatever it is. But a lot of people just are on there just to fear. Like, I don't understand some of these arguments with, and being on there, you realize the world is at least the US. And, you know, there's people from overseas also, are so on just like steadfast on each side. Like, nobody wants to hear anything like that. Like, everybody's become a professional something. Everybody knows about everybody's an entomologist. Everybody's a psychiatrist. Everybody's a professional. Yeah. And it's like, so in that live last night, like, I saw the guy had Shane's stuff up and it said he was a grape apologist, right? And it was a grape and then a grape or whatever, a grapeologist, whatever. And so, and the girl was in the live, and he's like, I have a screenshot of you in the live, and she's like, well, I didn't see that. Can you send me a photo? And it's like, yo, you were in the live, and you're telling me you didn't see his background because that's all he was talking about was his background, and you're like, no, show me. Like, dude,
Well,
you're
I mean,
in a cult. You're in a cult.
well, and that's the thing with the woman with the cult that I escaped. Like, I still am having people message me on Instagram and emailing me saying, just make a public apology and she'll let you back into the community. I'm like, listen to yourself. You are in a cult.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. It's insane. But it's like this woman, if you post her public email or her full name, which is all over the internet, you're doxing her. And it's illegal to screen record her lives. Well, when I finally left and realized the severity of everything, because I tried playing mean with her, I tried playing nice, I tried everything to get these people to leave me the fuck alone. She plays the screen recorded live. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? That is a sex trafficking survivor right now that is an alcoholic because of her trauma. And you turned it into a drinking game. What the fuck is wrong with you? And everyone's like sitting here then accusing me of I was the one that doxed her. I doxed the other girl's kid because I'm pissed off about this. I'm like, if I did this exact thing to her, y'all attack me. If I mention her name in a live, I get it taken down. My live's taken down. I've gotten videos taken down. I've been shadow banned since the first time I spoke to this woman in a comment section.
And a lot of these people know people at TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and
her account is untouchable. Unfucking touchable. Like, I did a response video. It got taken down. I won my appeal and it got taken down again.
Yeah.
Video, it says violations found of a reply she did to me is still up. How is it still up if violations were found? Like, she'll be in a live, doing a live, and her videos will get taken down and go back up while she's still live.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you? And it's like her entire account is screen recording and exploiting a child in saving that child. And it's like, what you're doing is no different than what you're accusing the mother of doing, except you're over sexualizing the child and making up a whole bunch of lies about a child that is not yours. But people, they're so fucking stupid. They can't see past it.
Yeah. And the people that follow them they can't see it either. That's why
I fully support banning TikTok. It wasn't like this 2 years ago. It wasn't even like this a year ago.
2 years ago, I was making friends content. Like, I still have, I got to go back and delete a bunch of stuff. Not because it's just too much. My phone's like, hey, TikTok's got like half of your phone, and I have a 128 gig phone, and it's like half of it's TikTok memory. So, like, I got to go back and just delete. I just lazy and don't want to go all the way back to, and then, but.
Well, I mean, my first TikTok account had over 3,000 videos on it, but that was when the algorithm liked you putting out 7 to 8 videos a day and being consistent. Now
it's just
nothing.
Hate. It's hate.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's hate.
Well, and that's the thing. If I make a video and I say something bad about Trump, I will get pushed to Trump supporters. If I say something bad about Biden, I'll get pushed to Biden supporters. If I say something good about Trump, I'll get pushed to Biden supporters, and vice versa. They want this hate. And it's causing this insane thing. And like when Roe versus Wade got overturned, I replied to a couple of comments, like made reply videos, because I mean, this one jackass was okay with traffickers forcing their victims to have abortions because they shouldn't have babies anyways. So they created this whole hypothetical situation. And I said, listen, I'm one of these hypothetical people that you're making up in this comment section. I had abortions against my will. And like I said, I was 12 when it started, and I know of at least 8. That was not okay. They destroyed evidence. They could have helped me by making an abuse report. This is the problem with Planned Parenthood. And I actually had fucking dumb bitches commenting, well, abortion saved my life.
You're yelling. You're yelling.
I know, I'm getting that.
You're blowing my ears out.
But I'd have dumb bitches and they're like, abortion saved my life. This is a video about my trauma. I don't give a fuck about your abortion. I don't care. And I think you're disgusting for even bragging about it. But there's a time and a place, and this isn't the time or the place. No, but you were talking about abortion. I was talking about forced abortions. Were you forced to get the one that saved your life? But it's like they have no boundaries. They have no sense of morality whatsoever. And it's just completely declining. I fully support banning TikTok. I have written all my senators that I possibly can, begging them to ban it. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's different with Twitter. I mean, Twitter is starting, they have the For You, but it's not quite like the For You.
Well, I love the For You. No, but I love the For You now on Twitter because you get and the trending and like every time like I've followed mostly conservatives. I mean, I followed some Democrats because I want to hear what they're saying too. But like on my trending and everything like that, and the some of the stuff that like it was all liberal stuff, like all liberal. Oh, Trump this, Trump that.
Yeah.
It was like all Trump is bad. It was never Trump did a good thing, and now it's a healthy mix, which it should be. But TikTok, and that's another thing you were mentioning before about like being on sides of TikTok. There are some people that I see on TikTok with millions of followers, and I'm like, who the fuck is this? That I've never seen in my entire life. And all of a sudden, I look at their profile, and they got 1.2 million, 4.5. I'm like, of course, they're speaking another language, so I have no idea what they're saying, but they've got millions of followers. And so it's just like, it knows an algorithm. It has an algorithm, which is really scary, too, because a buddy of mine who's no longer on TikTok, and we met through TikTok. He was in a bad place at one time. He was going through a bunch of stuff, and he says to me, "Man, TikTok is just weird. Like, I was really down, and then all of a sudden, I open up TikTok, and there's nothing but suicide videos on it." And he's like, dude, I'm telling you right now, I had it in my mouth. And he's like, and I'm like, dude, you can't do that, man. Like, you got to realize it's just an app. It's not, it's not real life for the most part. I mean, there's a lot of real life stuff, but it's an app, man. You can't be going and thinking about it because an app is like, hey, maybe you should do this. Hey, but people are doing that though, which is creepy and scary.
I mean, in my group of friends, I think there was at least 3 to 5 people that committed suicide because they were doxxed and bullied on TikTok. It's a problem that no one wants to talk about. But I mean, it's like, and the algorithm's all fucked up. But on my podcast account, which I barely fucking use, but every once in a while, like I'll go in and I'll forget to switch back to my main account. And when I go through that, because I use the same hashtags about domestic violence awareness, sex trafficking awareness, all of it is suicide shit. And I'm just like, well, I feel depressed now.
Well, I started a creep, not a creeper account, but like a account that has nothing associated with me because I got the business account and then my regular account, so people know both of them. But I just
I
want to
love
be.
how I just randomly get tagged in the business accounts videos. It's never consistent. Some of them have nothing to do with me, and I'm like, oh God, what did he post? And then I'm like, that is a lot of syllables for you're a slut. I'm like,
I was dying when he said that. It was hilarious. Listen, we have a good steady like snipers in that, you know. But yeah, like so I started another account and I went on there and like every other video is like weird deaths you haven't seen, weird deaths that they, this crime story is this, that crime story is this, and that's like every other video that is on this new account, and I'm like, what are they doing here? Like,
or you should get on BDSM TikTok. That place is fun.
no, I don't listen. I get in trouble with some of them. Like, my wife doesn't. She doesn't mind, but I get a look. Like, I'm like, what do you want me to? I didn't go to this person's profile. This person's profile just happened to be just come up. Like another thing is now
problem, and that's what the biggest problem with TikTok is you have so much easier access to anyone finding your video or finding someone else's videos.
Well, another thing on that account, I'm sorry, is girls who are like, they're like, I'm a nurse. You like like it's just a video of them doing this with their scrubs, right? And then it's just a song, and all of a sudden you'll just see a quick cut to something, and then they're back in their scrubs and they're like this. And I'm like,
it's called a thirst trap.
But why? Like, I just started this account. Like, why would that be on there? Like, why would that be the thing that they put that and death stories? Like, it's just weird. Like, it's a weird thing, and it's just like, that's not what I want. I want to watch video. I want to watch lives that people don't know it's me, just so because I want to see what people are saying. But
I love my burner account.
Yeah, but like it's just weird to me, like the shit that they push out. Like, did you see the new TikTok filter?
I haven't really been using TikTok.
Oh, where is this video?
I saw the AI one. That's the only new one I've seen is the AI portrait one.
This is it.
Oh, my back. Well, while you're looking that up, I saw someone on Twitter today that said he saw a TikTok video of a stink bug landing on a woman and she like jumped into the back seat, and he just thought to himself that my wife would just kill it and then be done with it. And then it happened to him. He thinks TikTok did it.
Well, I'm gonna try to not get us banned. So I'm gonna play this really quickly.
Have we ever had a video go up that didn't get taken down?
No, none of our videos have gotten taken down so far.
Last week's got copyrighted.
So that got taken down?
It's not taken down. It just says copyrighted from by NBC.
Some word we can't monetize on it. Yeah, it's because I had to play that last video with Mitch.
No, I think the video I played of Amber skating had the NBC logo.
But yeah. So I'm not. See the picture?
Is she fucking spread eagle? What the fuck?
Yeah. I was trying to do it as quick as possible. That's a new TikTok filter.
Well, they had one that went around. I think it got taken down where it made you look like you got beat up.
Yeah.
And women were using it to say that they were abused and starting GoFundMes.
I mean, the more and more that I think of it, yeah, TikTok's got to go. I
There was
mean,
this one woman, it was a couple of years ago. She was claiming that her daughter's father had nearly killed her. Had big TikTokers following her. And she had bruises all over her face. She had a scar here, a scar here. The bruises were brown for about 2 months. I'm like, so then she sits there and she's showing, like, where she's like this because her friend died and overdose. Like, and I was like, this one girl's like, can you help her? I'm like, no, only a like mental professional can. I'm like, she's faking it. Like, these bruises aren't going away. So apparently he got out of prison and assaulted her in October, got out again and assaulted her in November, and then in
insulted her. What a
December,
prick.
and then in December
You
was
said he insulted her, not
I
assaulted her.
said
That's
assaulted. Stop.
you said insulted.
Whatever.
Put your teeth in.
No. It's even worse. But and then in December, he was tried and convicted and sentenced to life in prison for attempted murder. Okay, it doesn't happen that quick. Well, I found the girl that overdosed. She was still alive. I found her daughter's father, and his phone number was on his Facebook. So I called him to tell. I did not. I said assaulted. Leave me alone, guys. Anyway, so I told him like what was going on. Like, her daughter got on the phone with me and was like, I'm so sorry for what my mommy's doing to you. And I'm like,
A
sweetie,
few moments.
I'm like, sweetie, don't ever apologize for your mother.
No! No, God!
Anyway, but this woman, she still has a TikTok. She still has bruises like 2 years fucking later. And nobody stands up to her. And I lost a TikTok account for standing up to her. I actually got banned for it.
Yeah, that's like you said. It makes people narcissists, and then it also, like you said, you also people beg for money on there so many times. It's like I can't make my rent. There's a TikTok account called the Scammy Awards, and this lady just exposes people who are scamming other people. I love it. I love when scammers get
That one girl that faked cancer.
yeah. And but that's the thing is like you can't really 1,000% trust people online. It's you can't. I'm sorry. Did I do it? Of course I did. I married one, but you can't. And I got a business partner that's one, but that's few and far between. But
I met my husband online too.
yeah, well,
we had a mutual friend. My friend was his best friend's sister. So she knew him.
I had a burp, but it didn't come up.
But and that's the problem, like with TikTok, is you have so much access to so many people. You can find anybody that thinks like you, and you can get radicalized. You can get bullied, and like people are like bullying. Like,
Yeah, well,
I
that's
actually the account that I was talking about, I sent a complaint to my senator. She sent one of her aides into her live, and all the aide did was ask a simple question, and people attacked the shit out of her. And my senator personally called me about it and said that, her aide's TikTok account, it's obvious that she is the aide of a U.S. senator in Washington, D.C. And people, they didn't care. They still attacked her and bullied her. And I'm like, what if they dox her? They're going to dox an aide of a U.S. senator. Like, these people are committing federal crimes, all in the name because they support this woman. I'm like, y'all are fucking crazy. But then it's like you have to feel bad for them because they're brainwashed. They're in a cult. Nobody wants to join a cult. It just, you join something you believe in and you end up in a cult. I mean, that's how it happened with me getting into this cult, because I thought I was making a difference. I was trying to educate about trafficking, which is mainly what I do with my platform. But it's like these people, like I said, messaging me to make a public apology. No, I'm not going to make a public apology because I'm not sorry.
Well, that's what they say. It absolute power corrupts absolutely, and that's it. These people think they have power over these people, and they do. And these people just become brainwashed, and you know, and it sucks because if you have a differing opinion, and you never know, the tide could turn on you. You could be part of that, and that's the thing is like you're sitting there one day, rah 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 rah, and you never know. One day, all of a sudden, you say the wrong thing because these fucking people are just so confused. So confused. You know how many times that I start dying laughing because somebody will say something and they'll be like, well, it might, the person was just, it was a 12-year-old kid. They didn't know you weren't a her. You're defending somebody that didn't call me a they, and guess whose turn it is in the barrel?
I had
It's your turn.
Guy that was a security guard trying to educate me on what trafficking looks like out in public. And I'm like, I lived that life, you jackass. I'm sorry, but you and the training you had is what us survivors are trying to break and trying to get to go away because it's ignorant. Like, you did a couple hours of training. It was 26 years of my life. Oh, well, the abuse didn't start and stop at your door. Shut the fuck up and just admit you're an idiot. Like, he was pissed off because he made the statement that we shouldn't live in a country where women can't walk alone. And I said, all men, or men too. No one can. Like, why are you so misogynistic that you think a woman can't defend herself? Because I'll tell you right now, I will kick your fucking ass.
Bro, the when people say things like that, like they just keep saying, and it makes me laugh because these people are the first one to call people racist when they go, Florida, the bills that are passed in Florida, who's gonna pick the fruits? Who's gonna work in the hotels? I'm going, you fucking racist! Wow.
Who's gonna?
You're the first. Yeah. Nobody wants these jobs. Then they go. Nobody wants these agricultural jobs. You mean the person who picks fruit? You mean that person? Nobody wants to shovel shit. You mean that person? You want the Mexicans to do it, and you want me, and you call me a racist. I'm the racist. You're on Capitol Hill going, this bill is bad because nobody's going to do agricultural or hotel work or clean the bathrooms. What?
They really call it agriculture jobs.
Yeah. Nobody wants these agricultural jobs. Only the immigrants. That is absolutely racist. I worked alongside immigrants working in a BlackBerry sorting company. Yeah, and it's just like they try to.
It reminds me of when Mitch was in the army. He didn't know. I didn't want to buy a fucking lawnmower. We'll just get down to it. I didn't want to pay for it, so I paid a kid. I found him on Craigslist. He lived in my neighborhood and he cut my grass, but he had a landscaping business. No, kid, you just got a fucking lawnmower. Okay. Let's just call a spade a spade. And I mean, he was a great kid. He really took care of me. There was a lot of times where like I got really scared like when Mitch was out in the field. Opie, my dog that passed away last year, was acting weird. I'm like, can you just come check it out? Like he's got hair raised barking at my living room. Like I'm kind of scared. Like the kid took care of me. He was, I mean, when I say kid, he was like 17, 18 years old. But that's what it reminds me of is like they tried to sound like they're more important than they actually are because they say they're landscapers. Okay, you're not. You're a kid that's mowing lawns. No shame in that. You know, but agriculture jobs picking no.
It was just
I fucking can't.
It's just a way, and they frame it like, and this is what I try. This is why I like doing this because, you know, I try to dumb things down for people, and you know I try to.
You're supposed to dumb it down though.
Listen, books are fake, okay? And I try to surround myself with smart people.
Books are fake is different than saying books aren't real.
Oh, books aren't real. They're not real. It's like people say birds aren't real, okay? Books
oh my
aren't
God.
real.
I could call my daughters right now and they would go fucking nuts if I said are birds real. But I kid you not though. Like in the past year, I've had at least 4 or 5 birds fly into my bedroom window in the middle of the night. I really pissed my NSA agent off.
You really
ask
did.
Chris, how many times has our phone calls just completely disconnected in the middle of it for no reason?
It's that lady. Is that cult leader?
No, it's my NSA agent.
No, it's your cult leader. She's got people in Verizon cutting your line.
I don't have Verizon. I have AT&T.
Whatever. But yeah, it's just funny to me. Like I not for nothing, I think everybody's stupid. And Chris was saying that almost 370 million people in the country of the United States, most people know jack fucking shit, which is true. Carlin said it. Chris said at least 10. Carlin said it. Just imagine the dumbest person you know, and half the country is dumber than that. And he's true. And he's right. He was right.
Yep.
And the more and more I live life, this is why I say youth is wasted on the young. It really is. Because the more you live life, the more you realize, like, God, I was stupid. Like, there's so many things that I did as a kid that I was just like, God, that was just stupid. Like, I really want to apologize to my dad for being such a dick as a kid, but he's a dick and he can go fuck himself. Yeah, I said go fuck yourself. You heard me.
Not going to be invited to his funeral.
Listen, if he even dies, I won't. Whatever. Your dad died. Okay. Anyway, I got a podcast to do, so I'll talk to you guys later. Yeah. I probably won't even know. I won't even be called. My dad's probably long lost relatives will be there, and I won't be even notified. But
I'm not
anyway,
it's already like understood that no one is allowed to tell me when my parents die. I don't have anything crazy planned. I'm just going to show up with Bon Voyage balloons playing Ding Dong the Witch is Dead on my phone. What's wrong with that?
I'd get a mariachi band.
That's what I'm going to end up doing is setting like a barbershop quartet.
There you go. Ding, 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 dong, the witch is dead. The wicked witch, ding, dong, the wicked witch is dead. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, whoa, da, da, da. You send like 4 midgets over there. A midget string quartet. That would be amazing. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That'd be fantastic. Just tell me where it is. I want to go film it. But yeah, like, I don't know.
They're getting cremated, or I would.
Before they die?
I already did it. I can just picture midgets.
These dogs are rich as that. Oh, well, oh, well. Ding, ding, ding. What is that? Ding, dong, what is that?
I'll pay you $1,000 to go do that.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'll dress up like Willy Wonka's midget, whatever. Paint
Oompa
myself
Loompa.
yellow. I'll paint myself orange like an Oompa Loompa, and I'll write Trump on my forehead.
Oh, they're Trump supporters.
Oh, well, that'll be better because I'll be orange. I'll put Trump on my head, and they'll think I'm making fun of him, and then I'll just sing.
You were too good at that.
I got some talents. What can I say? But with that we're gonna call that the end of this week. I mean, we had nothing to talk about, and we just did an hour and a half with.
I know. I like how you title them, but we never like.
We were talking about that on the podcast on Wednesday. Like we don't put descriptions on it.
Well, you put on last week's that Trump was right, and we didn't even talk about it at all.
No, we talked about trans last week, and this week we said cult of personality, and we sat here as you yelled about some cultist lady. But I mean, we did talk about it a little bit.
And what the? I'm gonna come to your house and break that thing. Well, next week is going to be fun because we're going to have Mitch back on, who, by the way, complained we didn't let him talk enough.
Well, that's your fault.
Probably. But yeah, so we'll talk about the Second Amendment. And
we're going to talk about the guys in Florida.
what guys in Florida?
The guys who got arrested in Florida. Wasn't it Florida that you said?
Oh, no. They were, in the federal court in Florida.
Yeah.
Matt Hoover and Justin
Matt Hoover.
Something.
Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about next week with Mitch. Kelly, where can you be found besides a dumpster?
Not many places. I am Beautiful Mistake 24 on TikTok. You can find me on the Unbroken Podcast, which is on all podcast platforms. Google Podcast, Amazon Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify. I am on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, either Beautiful Mistake 924, Beautiful Mistake 24, or the Unbroken Podcast.
And you could find me at Midwest Troublemaker or MW Troublemaker on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram at Midwest Troublemaker and on TikTok at troublemaker.davy. But if you put Midwest Troublemaker, my stuff will come up anyway. I had to change it because everybody was like, "Who is this? Who am I friends with?" And then I put that in. Oh, Davey, hey. So yeah, so I had to kind of do a little bit of changing. We do have a Twitter though account.
I know,
we don't know
that was great to find out.
We don't know pod on Twitter. We have a Rumble, which we will be starting to put Guns Rule. Looks like she.
I don't. Whatever, Chris. I'm too tired.
But yeah, we do have a Twitter account, which we are actually currently on. So if you want to follow us on Twitter, you
We're
can
live
go
on
on there.
Twitter right now.
Yeah.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, we're live on it. And on YouTube, where you are currently watching us. So like us, subscribe, leave a comment, share this, let everybody know Kelly can bite me. Well, that's what Chris said. That's not what I said.
Too much.
So on that note, we appreciate you all for tuning in. And we will see you next Friday. Peace out.